here at Barclays Center for the 2014 NBA Draft. And David Gardner, the 76ers, had the 3rd and 10th picks in this year's draft, and clearly they are willing to be patient. Joel Embiid, the earliest he could play would be November, and then Dario Saric is scheduled to play in Turkey next year. Is this just stockpiling for the long haul?
It seems like it's a really wise decision for the 76ers if you look at the long-term advantages for them. Joel Embiid, of course, is a potentially franchise-changing center. He is the player in the draft with the most upside, which is a crazy thing to say because this is a draft that has Andrew Wiggins in it. But Joel Embiid can really be a franchise changer. He is a true center, and you just don't see that very often in the draft. A 7-footer who can run the floor, who can get rebounds, who can play defensively, and having only played basketball since he was 16 years old, he has a real natural feel for the game. If he can stay healthy, this will be a genius pick for the 76ers. Same thing with Saric. He is a tremendous player, a tremendous value at the spot that they got him. Now, he'll be in Turkey for a couple of years, but we'll see what he does. If he comes over, he can, in a few years, he can negotiate his own contract rather than sticking to the rookie minimum, so we'll see what he does. If the 76ers have him and Embiid in a couple years, you're looking at a team that could be a dominant NBA team.
Let's not forget they have the reigning NBA Rookie of the Year in Michael Carter-Williams. They also have Nerlens Noel, a pick they traded for last year, who never saw the court. Let's move on. The Orlando Magic at number 4 take Aaron Gordon from Arizona. Was that a stretch?
I don't think it was. I think Aaron Gordon is one of the most talented players in this draft. He is a tremendous defensive player. Arizona was one of the best defensive teams in college basketball last season, and he was a big reason why. He can run the floor. He can block shots. He's got an incredible wingspan for his size. He's an extreme athlete. The problem with him was that he was compared to people like Blake Griffin way too early in his career, and he is not Blake Griffin. He's got a limited offensive game. Of course, the knock on him is that he's a pretty terrible free throw shooter, under 50%, but he's going to get better offensively. The shot is something that he can develop. His athletic ability is something that can't be matched throughout the rest of the draft. I think they're going to really look back and say they got a steal with Aaron Gordon at 4, not a reach.
Finally, we're looking at the top 14 picks in this draft. Doug McDermott, originally drafted by the Nuggets, then traded to the Chicago Bulls. He's the 8th all-time scoring leader on the NCAA's list. What can he do for Chicago?
He can do for Chicago exactly what Chicago needs for him to do. He is going to be a scorer. They're a defensive team. They struggle to put up points, especially if they can get their star point guard back in the role. They'll be able to get great production out of Doug McDermott. He's a slow defender. I don't know how well he'll transition in the NBA defensively, but that's not what Chicago needs. Chicago needs points, and Doug McBuckets provides points. That's what he does.
Just a few things we're looking at through the first 14 picks of the 2014 NBA Draft. David Gardner, thanks so much.